and I just thought it was probably a good idea just to briefly tell you that the verse mapping, the purpose of why we're learning to do verse mapping is to direct it into the area of praying scripture and to be praying in God's will. So this is why we're sort of having this transition between the two groups. So those of you that signed up for verse mapping, it's a valuable tool, and I'm showing you how to use an app, but we all know how to do precept marking, color pencil marking, and I also will be doing something on Blue Letter Bible so that you can get an idea of how to use this specifically for verse mapping. Much as we love spending the time in the Word, we really want to focus more on how the Word is going to change us and how we're going to be able to come under God's will in what we're praying for. So this will give you an idea of the next step that we're going into for next week. Next week, we're going to be looking at doing the Lord's Prayer in verse mapping and getting far more comprehension in the verse mapping concept of prayer. Then we're going to watch some videos the following week. So I've got a bit of a plan, and I think I can place this in lesson plans. Hello, I'm going to come into this program that we used the other day, and I'm just going to make a much shorter video on giving you some ideas. So this is the app, and I'm going to click onto it, and I'm just going to give you a little overview, a little understanding of how powerful this can actually be. So I'm going to go into the Bible. The Bible, and I'm going to pick, I think I'll pick Romans, because I'm just starting to work on Romans, and Romans 1. And I'm wanting you to see how I've marked quite a lot of this already. And I've just picked what keywords I feel are important. And if I wanted to add to it on a second or third read, I just have to do what I showed you apart last time, is that if I put the word, if I click that onto born, add markings. I don't think they've got one for born, but I'll just quickly show you. No, we've got stubborn, but no born, and just I get rid of that, and now I want to create a new marking. I've been showing you how to add an image. Let me just show you this. So if I wanted the word born, B-O-R-N, and I just wanted to highlight it in a color, supposing I just decided, right, I'm going to highlight it into that awful color. And you can see up here where it says preview what it'll look like, and I'm going to save it. Now normally this is just a prototype, I wouldn't do it, but you can see here how it's added the word born. So last week I was showing you here where I could decide how to create little themes. So Paul, a bondservant, promise for prophet, or there's a lot of information here that we can go through. So I want to come in here and I want to pick up this first one, which is the first little section, the first verse 1, is Paul's definition. And it's sort of describing, but who he is. Now here, it's about what it is, and it says in the Holy concerning his Son. So we see the key word promised, and we see Jesus and descendant of David. So I could just add here, Jesus, son of or descendant of David, was prophesied. It's a very poor example, but it's funny how we get saved. And I can remove this, and I will remove this, but you see, there it is. Now, what if I wanted to add something to it? So I want to add some text to it. I'm listening to something and I'm typing along. Perhaps a very wise person is telling me some information about this. So I can just save this. And you might see that now the little box at the side here is a pink color. So we've looked at how to look at the verses and how to save some extra information. So that gives you a little bit of how to look at things. Now, what if I want to do a word study in what does profit mean? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to double tap there, and I'm going to find the word profit, and that's G4396, the Strong's number. And look at all of this information here that they give me on what a profit is. And I'll read through all of that. Now I can look at all of the references to profit, the word profit. So I will click on that, and it's going to give me every time the profits are mentioned. So this consolidates the information for us so well when we're doing this study. So that'll be it for today, and tomorrow I'll look at the Blue Letter Bible. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye for now.